What's up, Solutionaries? Welcome everybody to the Maj 2 Show. Tonight, Tucker Carlson ignites a right-wing civil war with Nick Fuentes. That means it's showtime. What's up going on, y'all? Welcome to the Maj 2 Show. My name is Maj 2. Welcome. It is Wednesday. What's today's date? Wednesday, October the 19th. So they say. So they say. We'll find out later, I guess. But anyway, guys. The right wing is at war with itself. We're seeing it. And you won't believe who's taking sides. Tucker Carlson, Nick Fuentes, Ben Shapiro, and Mark Levin are all fighting to be the face of the political right. Tonight, we're going to break down the Civil War, tearing the GOP apart, and what it means for the future of conservatism. So you guys know the routine. Come in, tell me where you're from, comment. We try to get everybody to support the show. GiveSendGo.com/Solutionary. Support our Second Amendment work. I am Maj 2, the founder of Solutionary University, which is an educational platform trusted by thousands of students nationwide. Our civics course cuts through the noise, the drama, and the media spin. It teaches you how this system actually works, how narratives are shaped, and how to think instead of being told what to think. I want you guys to tap in now and join the thousands getting real civics, not the watered-down school version. Go to solutionaryuniversity.org or click the link in the description. Guys, we're watching something really, really weird happen. And tonight we're going to have that discussion about what's actually going on here. I did a little bit of content on it before, but we're going to talk about some of these things tonight. So what actually sparked all of this was Tucker Carlson interviewed Nick Fuentes, and Ben Shapiro and Mark Levin get upset. All right? They get upset because of the fact that Fuentes is a fucking clown. He's a goofball. He's a goofball. He's a bigot. He's like half Mexican, half white. He's a virgin. He's just doing this thing where he can communicate what the Israeli government has done wrong. And Ben Shapiro and Mark Levin are staunch Israeli first conservatives, right? So-called conservatives. And so that's where this spark happens. And then obviously the contradiction is happening as it relates to what the Israeli government is doing, not only in Palestine, but their interest in American politics. AIPAC, a lobbying group, is what it is. So this is how this starts. But let's play this real quick because I want to hear you guys' perspective. Also, guys, make sure y'all tap in. Let me know what city y'all watching from. Let me know what platform you're watching on. I love the good stuff. Put it in the chat and hit repost. Share the space all over the place. Let's listen.
Meanwhile, Nick Fuentes, who, of course, was glazed by Tucker Carlson rather famously.
Glazed.
So Nick Fuentes has now announced that he is going to be launching an actual PAC, the America First Foundation. And apparently it is going to be supported by a variety of supposedly, quote unquote, America First figures. I say America First figures because, again, that phrase is quoted. Every American should believe that America comes first when it comes to our policy because duh. But what they mean by America First is not that. What they mean by America First is essentially a totally isolationist foreign policy, a complete overthrow of the idea of creedal Americanism, the idea that the Declaration of Independence actually defines what it means to be an American or the Constitution. And instead, it ought to be whatever Fuentes' peculiar definition of heritage represents. Apparently, according to the Free Press, the America First Foundation's latest tax filing lists Fuentes as its president, along with two board members. One is Jonathan Miller, a former White House correspondent for Blaze TV, who posted the day after last July's assassination attempt on President Trump. I'm not uniting with anyone except Christ and my brothers. I know stand with Trump, F the left, F the GOP, F the Secret Service, F the Jews, F democracy. God is with us. And also a white nationalist named Vincent James Fox, who has said he is part of the Christian Taliban. Now, why do I point this out? Because the left is cheering the stupidity of Republicans for doing this stuff. They are loving every moment of this, every single moment of this. Now, Fuentes wishes to bill, by the way, cleans out the actual principles of conservatism. Like, cleans it out. Legitimately, the only thing that you can say that Fuentes is conservative on in any sort of traditional sense is that he is anti-mass migration. That's pretty much it. On economics, he is not. And on social policy, by the way, he really is not. But to side with this, or to glaze it, or to side with those who glaze it, because, oh no, you might alienate the nuttier and idiotic parts of your coalition. Like, that.
Guys, first and foremost, shouts to Ben Shapiro for using the word glazing. So shouts to him for that. That's number one. We got to have that discussion. That needs to be noticed. Okay. This guy Fuentes is not America first by the legitimate definition. He's just not. All right. Anybody that kind of like
it's time to pound our fist.
Anybody that thinks he is, he not. Okay, that's just what it is. You want to believe he is. You want to. I don't care what you think. All right. So Tucker gives, in moving forward, Tucker gives this guy Fuentes a long, unchallenged platform in an interview. Now, I'm a fan of. I think these people are morons. I question anybody, and some libertarians, some conservatives. I question anybody that's sitting down with Fuentes at this point. I think this is all a big fucking sham. And I want to be very clear about tonight's show. I don't have any fucking dog in this fight. I want to be very, very clear about my position. I do not have a dog in any of this motherfucking fight. Why do I not have a dog in this fight? Because they're both fucking wrong. None of these people are solutionaries. I want to be very clear about that. These people are fighting over, and I did some content on this. Let me switch over because I see I'm getting some chop on my end. But let me switch over real quick. Let me say this to y'all. I, in no way, shape, or form, am siding with Ben Shapiro, nor am I siding with Nick Fuentes. I am not siding with Levin or Shapiro or Carlson or any of these people. I want to be very clear about that because sometimes what happens is when you critique one side, people, if you don't clarify, people assume you with the other side. Tucker Carlson, who has been right on some serious things, it was great for him to move outside of Fox. That contract, that situation is over with. Cool. He moves over. He's not on Fox no more. And he decides to do his independent thing. I'm always a fan of everybody going independent. Our show, our very small show, the Mods 2 Ray show that y'all tapping into tonight, is an independent show. Right? I don't want to fucking have any type of sponsors. The sponsors are y'all. If y'all want the show to continue and grow, you guys will buy merch or you'll donate it, what you see on the screen, givesendgo.com/solutionary. That's all I really need. That's all I want. Okay? So sometimes if you don't clarify exactly what your position is, you think because you're critiquing somebody, oh, Maj must be with Ben Shapiro and them. No, I'm not. So Tucker Carlson gives Fuentes, and like I said, I question anybody that gives Nick Fuentes. They either doing it for the clout, and I get it. He's like a funny guy, but I'm not a fan of. If you hold quarter, I'm black, I'm American, I'm black as well. I got Mexican homies, I got white homies, I got Asian homies, I got Latin homies, I got Italian homies. If you were to champion or big or platform and bust it up with people that was like, yo, fuck those wops, fuck those Italians, I would feel some type of way about that shit. Because I got Italian American homies. Okay? There's a way to be critical without repeating debunked bullshit. So when anybody gives Fuentes a platform and just gives them these sweetheart lobs and no pushback, especially, I'm questionable. And I'm watching everybody doing it for the clout, doing it for the clicks. And I'm like, okay, you really wasn't really trying to advance the cause of America working together against the state. Some of y'all just do it for the clicks because he's the hot thing on the internet right now. I remember having the hot thing and people that I don't fuck with no more, right? I've done shows with, when he was the hottest thing on the internet, I've done sit downs with Gavin McInnes, but I was talking about Black Guns Matter on his platform, okay? Then since then, I see Gavin McInnes going extra hard on the racist shit. I don't fuck with that. Because that's not how we defeat the government. That's not how we limit the state. By just create, oh, it's the Jews, it's the black. Everything ain't the Jews, everything ain't the blacks, everything ain't the whites. Solutionaries have a standard. So anybody that gives this guy this dick ride and is glazing, as Shapiro just says, I'm questioning him. And I watch all of y'all just kind of like dick ride him on Twitter. As opposed to just standing and talking about the things yourself without all of that bias and bigotry. I'm not here for that shit. And if that makes me DEI or what y'all calling woke now, then fucking so be it. None of you have done more motherfucking work for the American people than I have. None of you have sacrificed as much as I have. And this ain't about, I've been kicked off of Instagram. Only person that's been kicked off of social media more times than me is fucking Rizza Islam. So I don't care about the Glazers that are like on one end, oh, this guy's the worst. No, he's a dork. Nick Fuentes isn't that cool. He's a fucking dork, all right? Ben Shapiro is also a dork. So we watch him Revenge of the Nerds and Revenge of the Dorks that can articulate certain things well. That's it. That's it. So when where Fuentes does get it right, because a broke clock get right twice a day, where Fuentes does get it right is him saying things like, the American government, and this isn't some deep ass fucking concept. The American government is influenced by lobbying groups too much. Lobbying, and to that degree, shouldn't even be a thing. AIPAC happens to be one of them. That's it. This isn't an anti-Semitic statement, and we can articulate that point very well. So Fuentes and others have gotten that right. They've gotten that right. He ain't the first. Okay? But when it turns into this weirdo amalgamation of hate, you can count me the fuck out. If you happen to be black and you like, yo, it's all the white devils, you can count me the fuck out. See, solutionaries are actually nuanced and consistent, intellectually consistent. So Fuentes pushes this Zionist influence, Israel, America first thing, and Shapiro responds with an entire episode condemning Tucker. Now, Shapiro absolutely doesn't look like he wants to, he don't look like he in a hot seat, because Shapiro, you got Israel government influence all up your ass. Stop it. Just stop it. You are meat gobbling for the Israeli government, BB, all of those cats. Y'all, you are. So your hands aren't clean in this because you both are just pretty awful. That's it. You both are just pretty awful. And occasionally you say some things that exposes the other side's contradiction that we could utilize the actual America First people. It is not America First to hate everything that's not white Christian nationalists. It's not America First. It's not. It is not America First to dick ride the Israeli government and just carte blanche the Israeli government. It's not. So you both are just horrible clown dork caricatures. That's what you all are. But occasionally both of you guys get something right. And we as solid Americans from all different backgrounds, Italian American, Polish American, African American, Chinese American, Indian American, we get to go, that dork had a good point there, but he's still a dork. That dork had a good point there, and they're still a dork. So when Shapiro responds with this entire episode condemning Tucker Carlson, see, that's what they like to do. And this is the part that they don't understand. This is why so much of the sentiment against the old guard exposes itself, or it grows, because you guys are now talking this condemning shit. I don't give a fuck if you condemn me. Oh, you know how many times I heard that in the gun community from anti-gunners? You don't care. You want children to die. I don't. So I don't give a fuck that you say that now. It's the same thing as white dudes. It's like, I'm expressing my position. You're a racist. I'm not. So I don't give a fuck if you call that now. Call me that now. Where that becomes stupid is then when you actually start to become racist. Well, they're calling me racist anyway, so I might as well be it. That's fucking retarded. So that's what this show tonight is going to be about. Again, guys, givesendgo.com/solutionary. Support the work. So Levin calls, let's go to some of these videos, actually. First, let's go to where, I'm going to fast forward a bit. Let's go to some of the stuff that Fuentes says here. Let's share this tab. Let's listen in a little bit. My bad, y'all. Let's go back here. It's time to pound our fist on the table and say, it's our way or the highway. They've enjoyed the power and privileges for long enough. Where's ours? Where's our end of the bargain? So I love it. It's time to undermine the GOP. I said it in 2020, the GOP must be destroyed. The sound is messed up? What the fuck, bro? Fuck this kid. I didn't want to hear him anyway. If y'all can hear me, I didn't change shit. I'm going to try this again. Y'all can't hear it? Every time I make this... All right, fuck this kid. Let's go to something else. I don't know what the fuck is going on, y'all. Y'all pardon me a little bit. I ain't changed shit. So this is where Levin says what he has to say about it.
I'm not talking about constitutional conservatives. Not in the least. We're not on the radical right. We're right in the center. Not only ideologically, I mean, we're right in the center. We support the Constitution, the Declaration, the founding, and everything that was done to create this nation. How can we be right way of what?
What about now, y'all? What's happening with the sound now, y'all?
First isn't evil over good. The first isn't tyranny over liberty. The first isn't sounding like the Marxist, Islamist, anti-American.
What about now?
It's not American at all. It's not America first, second, or third. Yeah, not the head in the back. People who want to destroy the country. They want to destroy the country. But individuals enact the law. They talk up Hitler. They platform people who talk up Hitler. There are individuals who talk up Stalin. They platform people who talk up Stalin. There are individuals who defend.
All right, it's saying it's still muffled. I'm gonna pause this shit because I fucking hate this. Can y'all hear anything that Levin is saying right now while it's in the small screen? No. If not, let me know, y'all. Y'all type slow as shit. I'm gonna just switch to this because I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm getting the attitude. Let me know if y'all can hear me now. I'm gonna just go straight off of what the fuck is happening, what I'm talking about. And y'all just gonna have to ride with my voice today. All right. I don't know what the fuck is up with Levin. Anyway, Levin starts bitching. Levin. Somebody said, coming and find everything else. I'm coming and find everything else is muffled. All right. I don't know what the fuck is going on. So I don't have time to fucking troubleshoot right now. So I'm not going to troubleshoot. I'm just going to communicate with y'all. All right. Bookworm, if you can, send me visual articles on this and I'll try to do it that way. Something happening with the video. We're having an audio visual issue. I don't know what the fuck is up. But anyway, let me just give y'all the breakdown. Let's just say it that way. Okay. So when we have Tucker Carlson getting upset at the Zionist influence, we have the Shapiros and the Levins. Mark Levin calls this kid, what does he call him? Little Hitler. Calls him Little Hitler or Little Stalin or something like that. Right? Can y'all still hear me? Everybody can hear me cool? It's got something to do with the graphics on this bitch. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna just go to this part. I'm gonna just do it from here. So tonight we just gonna talk, y'all. We're just gonna communicate because I fucking hate this fake ass like audio fake shit. I can't wait until I get a better setup for y'all. Because here's the other thing. A lot of times, a lot of these fucking clowns, like the dorks, like Levin, Shapiro, Fuentes, all of these people are fucking clowns. And they got crispy studios. So they can get the message out a little bit better than Big Daddy 2-Ray can for right now. So I can't wait until I start challenging some of this stupid shit in a quick second. All right? So anyway. When Tucker Carlson gives a person that is outwardly going bigoted, you can't show love to somebody that admires Hitler and Stalin and say you admire those people. If you admire those people, you don't understand the individual ideal of American rugged individualism. You do not. You do not. If you know that this person doesn't understand that and you don't give them any pushback talking about Tucker Carlson and you just keying it with him, it's cool as long as they being disrespectful to other ethnic groups. And that's the part that this packaging to try to make it look like, oh, the new speaker of most of the youth is Nick Fuentes. That shit is stupid. It's dumb. It's dumb. Because most young people are not just bigoted that like Hitler and fucking admire Hitler and Stalin. It's stupid. So don't get mad when Shapiro and Mark Levin get it right the 2 times a day that the broke clock gets it right when they say, this kid's a clown. Because this kid is about to try to repackage and have you guys believing that the free market enterprise is bad and Marxism is socialism. I saw him earlier today. I saw some of the content where he said the left is going to just have to, for us to move forward, we should just dismantle the GOP. But the left is just going to have to close the borders. That's the thing that they're going to have to give up. And the right is going to have to give up on the free market. That's what he said out of his fucking mouth. That person does not speak for me. First of all, you're too young. You haven't slept with a woman. You've built nothing. You just say things. You're a shock jock. Why people are confusing shock jocks with serious leadership. And I'm not saying that shock jocks cannot be serious leaders, but this one or this ilk of them are not. They have made their money and their attention from attention, not building anything. They don't serve communities. So when Ben Shapiro, Mark Levin, and others are pushing back against Tucker Carlson because he platforms and doesn't give pushback to an absolute moron that happens to be funny, and the media on the left starts packaging it like, look, this is what most people on the right are actually championing. Nick Fuentes, the guy that gets up there and says, I don't like the blacks. It's the Jews. It's the such and such and such. Then you don't get any cohesive working together. But then Nick Fuentes says, yeah, the right and the left should work together, but let's get rid of conservatism. Let's get rid of the GOP. That is Marxism. Get rid of the free market. That's his own words. So when Shapiro responds with this entire episode condemning Tucker, Levin calls Fuentes little Adolf, right? Going after Tucker, calling him some low life. You know, that's fucking Mark Levin loves some alliteration. He's some low life. He loves that. And they're right, because for years, Ben Shapiro has ignored Nick Fuentes. For years, this is what has happened on the right and has happened on the left. They will not platform somebody that they like, you're not even worth our time because you don't know what you're talking about. But they understand that. But when people want the clicks, they want the clout. Everybody that platforms him, he's got his own platform. The people that can want to watch him can go watch him. To me, everybody that platforms him is doing it for the clout. And they're not paying attention to, it's okay. Because he's making fun mostly of black people and the Jews. It's okay. If you're black and you're Jewish and you're getting made fun of, it's all right. Let's just still have them on. But yet and still, nobody wants to sit down and Minister Farrakhan has been saying these things for decades, not about the Jewish community in general, but the Jewish government and small amounts of negative components of the Jewish community or Ashkenazi Jewish people that hide behind the religion and make it look bad for the millions upon millions of Jews internationally. This ain't new. This is stuff that Minister Farrakhan said in the fucking 90s. So y'all want to act like this is some new age shit because a little goofball that's a bigot, and Minister Farrakhan has never been bigoted towards the Jewish community. But y'all won't platform him though. But you guys will have the little goofball and because he got some internet clout. I see right through all of the bullshit. Okay? So then we see the Heritage Foundation get pulled up into it. They start apologizing, right? So then that adds more fuel to the fire. Those people go, see, you guys, we don't have to apologize. You only should not have to apologize for saying things that are deliberately being taken out of context. If I say things, I'll say a sentence. I'll say the Israeli government is participating in what many would identify as a genocide in Palestine right now. They are overdoing it, and they have political and corporate and financial interests in that strip of land. That's all. That is a way for me to be critical of the Israeli government without attacking the Jewish faith or people that practice the Jewish faith. That's all. Some of you struggle with a full fucking sentence because you don't want to say a full sentence. You want to let your bigotry flag fly. Okay? So, it's a good question. Bookworm says, Nick Fuentes has a growing movement of young men that is threatening their narrative. I don't know why you're saying they could ignore him. I'm not saying ignore him. I'm saying you're platforming him, and Ben Shapiro has already ignored him. But here's the thing. A goofball like Fuentes can rise to prominence because conservatives for decades have not defended conservatism. The AIPAC that you are acting like is America's greatest ally, you allowed that cancer in the concept of lobbying, not just AIPAC. You allowed the cancer of lobbying, the military-industrial complex. You allowed this cancer to grow, and then certain questions are now asked, and then you lie and say to these young people that, oh, that's not what's happening. And they can clearly, they got 18 iPhones. They can see it. And when they see it, they go, that's stupid. No different than young white dudes want to be like, yo, I didn't have shit to do with slavery. If there was a full, robust unification of America and the full truth being told on both sides, left and right, then universal truth would reign supreme, so you wouldn't have so many men feeling like I'm the person that Black America or whatever America says I did it because I'm a white young man. Y'all didn't tell the truth, the full truth. And I'm talking about conservatives. Conservatives let the left, let the so-called liberals control the cultural conversation. And I don't mean arguing about transgenders. I mean, I just seen one network called Angel that had a great conservative show on it and a movie. It's called Homestead. Y'all just starting to play the culturally conservative game in media. You allowed and you isolated. It's the same thing that the conservative gun owners told me when we started BGM. Don't go to leftist cities. Why? Ben Shapiro just told the people of New York last week, if you can't afford to live in New York, move out of New York. Not stand and fight for conservative values. So for however long you conservatives allowed the fucking goofball message to fester, and then young white men, it's like, I'm not a part of that shit. I didn't have nothing to do with slavery. I didn't have nothing to do with X, Y, and Z. Now they're gravitating to a goofball because the goofball can articulate your conservative mistakes well. You allowed AIPAC to grow. You allowed lobbying as a concept to grow. You allowed this to have more and more roots and wrap and entrench itself around the American ideals. You didn't push back against big spending for the military-industrial complex. Now, in 1 year, the United States dollar loses 10%. For even when Bitcoin was originally introduced, many on the conservative side looked at it as just a fly-by-night concept. So as goofball and contradictory as, what's his name, Fuentes is, the same young people that might be attracted to some of his messaging, they're ignorant too because you didn't even fucking teach civics. You didn't. You didn't. And so now you didn't create and are still not creating actual answers. You're hiding and defending your political and financial interests. AIPAC has too much influence in the United States government. That's not a hard concept. That's not a hard, difficult sentence to say. But you're not going to say it, Ben Shapiro, because you have dual citizenship, because you're fucking Jewish and you don't want to look like you're shitting on the team. And I get it. I get it. But you're creating these chaoses, and now you got a goofball that highlights and admires Hitler and Stalin, literally telling these young men not to chase purpose, saying hate the Jews, hate the blacks, by being contradictory because at the same time, I'm friends with Kanye. Listen, when I talked to him, I thought you hated the blacks. The contradictions are very, very easy. But again, neither one of these so-called sides are right. These guys are morons that get a thing right, that are not, and I say morons, not that they can't articulate a message, not that they can't communicate, not that they're not good people in the sense of their friends and families might love them. Cool, that's great. I don't wish any ill will towards these people. But you're watching a fight in the same house happen, but the overall roofing, plumbing, and structure is fucked. Y'all are fighting to control ashes. Because the overall concept that you let fester for so long, now you're talking about, no, this isn't You got one person literally saying Israel damn near over everything. We got to have this alliance. And I'm not mad at an alliance, but goddamn, I only want to align with people that are doing some like solid shit. If it's too much fuckery, I got to say something. And so that's that side in the right. And then you got this guy that's saying, yeah, just pretty much hate everybody if you're not white and Christian. They're both wrong. They're both not solutions for America. America needs to work together. What are the issues that we can work on? It's called the Constitution. It's called, how about are we all agreeing that government should be limited? Both of these entities, the Shapiros and the Fuenteses, neither one of them think that the government should be limited. They just think the government should have a bigger checkbook for the things that they want. War, conquest, that's the right. Military, you understand? I should have an open checkbook for the Israeli government. That's the Shapiro conversation it is. Then the other conversation, they're both wrong. Neither one of them are what America needs. America needs alliances, for sure. But alliances need to be mutually beneficial. That's it. Alliances need to be mutually beneficial. That's the reality. If it's not mutually beneficial, and we can do that through what? Trade. Hey, you have this, we have that. Trade. Y'all want to do embargoes and get mad at fucking Fidel Castro from the 60s because he didn't want to do a fucking missile base on Cuban territory. Free trade. Trade. Open trade. Hey, who got the good stuff? But no, that's not what you're doing. America moves forward when, here's where everybody should be able to agree. Limit government. Fuentes is saying, I admire Hitler and Stalin. That is expansive government. That is the fascist and that is the communist. The fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? So I just want to make everybody aware tonight that because you're not watching a fight for who wants to defend America the best. They both say America first. They both say America first. None of them are working with a multitude of Americans. America is a salad. Get in the bowl if you identify with limited government, no taxation without representation, hard work, property rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This is a salad bowl. Jump in the salad. If you're a piece of Italian croutons, Chinese lettuce, Polish olives, African-American fucking tomatoes, let's all have our own flavor and we all eat. But that's not what either one of these groups is saying. Only these groups jump up to, I got to defend when their side is, none of these people. Fuentes is literally out here making the Jeets, making fun of Indian people. Indian Americans are doing great in America. Salute to them. Highest median income. Salute to them. Salute to them. You say the people that got to come here lawfully. The Indian Americans came here lawfully, work together, maintain their culture, have the highest median income levels in America. But now they're the problem too. And I'm not, because some of you goofballs are going to jump out there and say, well, Maj, are you saying that we need more H-1B visas? Fuck no. That's not what I said, meant or implied. I'm saying the ones that are here, that came here lawfully, that migrated and immigrated here greatly, the solid way, have applied the American fucking principles. Why are we making fun of them? Mark Levin, Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, Dinesh D'Souza, none of them have any problem making fun of and being disrespectful and bigoted towards Black Americans, including Nick Fuentes. But as soon as somebody said something about the Indians, here's Dinesh D'Souza, here's Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek Ramaswamy, and I was very critical of him, was critical of him to his face, in DC as well. They all want to come in and start talking shit about Black Americans. Keyword, Americans. So no, we don't need people in here trying to divide by race. And these are the same goofballs that say, I don't see race, but then turn around and fucking platform a person that says, fuck the blacks, fuck the Jews, fuck the Mexicans. America's a salad. Get with it or get the fuck ran over. That's it. That's it. Them Indians come here, work hard, Subway, Dunkin' Donuts, fucking hotel chains. Get the fuck out my face. That's the American dream. But Dinesh D'Souza is another one. Oh, there's all types of articles from Dinesh Dinesh or whatever his name is, right? All types of disrespect for black Americans. Soon as the Groypers start saying things about the Indian Americans, here come Dinesh defending Vivek. Vivek was talking that bullshit towards black Americans during his campaign run because that's the easiest way to get in. That's what all these fake ass new neocons and old neocons, that's their way in. Let's make fun of black Americans. And then you just expand. It's the same as gun control. First, let's make sure that the blacks don't have gun control. Everybody's okay with it. Now we get white men going, this is America. I can't have my guns. Yeah, because when Ronald Reagan was cool with it in the fucking 60s, even now, well, those urban communities, they may not need guns like that. But you're supposed to be a Second Amendment activist. Then the government uses that shit. They start with them. Then they go to 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 fuck to you. They go to fuck to you. But none of these people that I'm naming have been all America first. That's the new wave. That's solutionary shit. All of these people are wrong because they ain't solutionaries. And I get it. They got a big platform. Wait till I finish up setting this camera, the studio situation up. All of them are worse than, and they all better get the fuck out my way. They don't lift. They don't work out. They don't study. They don't help the fucking American people. They don't unify. They divide. They clickbait. They argue. They platform trolls. Your fucking United States dollar lost 10% of its value in the year 2024. And you motherfuckers are still arguing about race as the government expands. As we got to fight tooth and nail. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson said yesterday, oh, we can't put out all of the names of the Epstein list without it being redacted. It's a threat to national security. Excuse me? Pardon the fuck out of me? You're telling me that it's a national security interest that some people that are involved in national security, i.e. high-ranking politicians, were fucking children? And that's why I shouldn't want to see it? And you telling me that's America first? We dealing with that. And you talking to me about fucking a goofball that is openly contradictory and trying to herald him as some new wave of the conservative movement, and he fucking admires Hitler and fucking Stalin. How fucking stupid are you? How dumb are you? Oh, I gotta platform him because we need to have open conversations. You haven't even maxed out on the libertarian conversation yet. You haven't even highlighted and support. I watched libertarians platform this dude, this goofball, or dick ride him. Dick ride or platform, whatever it is. But I have seen none of you fucking libertarians highlight Larry Sharpe, who has the closest, man, Larry Sharpe is running for governor of New York. Meanwhile, Mamdani, the Democratic Socialist, just got control of the financial capital of the world, New York City, the Democratic Socialist. And none of you libertarians that's so dick-riding fucking Fuentes or Shapiro or whoever, because there's some of y'all that's neocons that say you libertarian, but you're really fucking Republicans. And that's fine. There's overlap between conservative values and liberty values. But some of y'all are dick riding Shapiro and others. None of you so-called liberty-minded folks have highlighted and spoken about Larry Sharpe one fucking time. But you talking about America first. Eat a dick. Eat a dick. None of these people are what America needs. These people are utilizing clickbait to benefit themselves. What political future could a Nick Fuentes or a Shapiro or a Levin, I don't think they aspire to have one. But what future could they actually have when they've clearly identified themselves as compromised? One is compromised by bigotry. One side group is compromised by their allegiances to foreign nations. What the fuck are we talking about? What work have they done for the American people? None. None. One interview exposed everything simmering below the surface. And many people just getting tired of Israel's growing influence politically in America. That's all. You can just say that. You don't have to highlight the goofball virgin dork talking about fuck the blacks. How does that help you win politically? You know how many, listen, some of my followers and listeners happen to be black in the stream, right? Chat. Y'all guys, hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Donate towards the work. I'm going to flow tonight because we got some audio issues with the videos. So fuck the videos for tonight. All right? But support the work. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. I need everybody's help. We talk about, we say, yeah, Maj, you be talking that shit. All right, cool. Help out. Help out. I'm telling y'all, we need some help. We ain't got $1 million situation, and I keep getting kicked off of social media. I'm not going to get kicked off no more, but we need your help. Support the work. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary is right there on the screen next to me, all right? And it's scrolling down at the bottom. My point in saying this, y'all, we don't need these bigoted talking points and clearly compromised people to speak for the American people. They don't. They don't do anything. They talk on microphones. For the longest time, the reason why I don't have as many YouTube subscribers is because for the longest time I was like, I just don't want to talk. I just want to do this Second Amendment work. This is a vital tool, so now we have to do both. All right? But you got these two factions on the right. So this is a part of the big tent on the right. You got the Tucker Fuentes, like so-called isolationists. Now, to a certain extent, I understand the importance of isolation, meaning non-interventionist. All right? This non-interventionist energy. Hey, we got love for everybody. We don't want to be America's police anymore. Don't call us to settle all the disputes. We could just trade. And I'm a fan of that, right? We'll help our friends. We'll try to negotiate. Since we big brother, we sit everybody at the table. The United Nations is right here. Let's all sit down. Let's chop it up, okay? Let's bust it up about these issues. No doubt about it, right? Let's not be so heavily involved in foreign affairs. If somebody appeals or lobbies to us for their help in legitimate situations, we try to be diplomatic about it as opposed to forcing them to take our reserve currency, just whatever the fuck. Okay? Those guys are usually critical of Israel's aid and foreign wars. This is not a new conversation. This ain't even their conversations. This ain't their conversations. This is stuff that Ron Paul said so fucking eloquently however many years ago. Ron Paul been on a fucking ballin' 40 fucking year hot streak. This ain't even their conversation. All right? So they're trying to package those people as so-called isolationists when in reality those people are just saying, hey, we need to fall back on the foreign intervention as much. Right? They use that word. This is what Wild Selt just said, and it's very key. He says, I don't know any actual isolationists. All the people who get called that still want to trade internationally. All right? And that's true. They'll just call you that. They'll say, you guys are isolationists. They try to just use slick words. I'm not an isolationist because I don't want to go fight. I don't want to be involved in everybody else's war. That does not make me an isolationist. That makes me a non-interventionist. I don't want to just jump out and intervene or everybody can call me to come to a fight every single time. Okay? This is what Brandon just said. I think a lot of people are trying to say isolationist and non-intervention as pejoratives, when John Mearsheimer and Stephen Walt been arguing for realist policies is a better policy. All I'm saying is these words, you got to be very careful. I believe in, I'm not an isolationist, but I like my house though. I don't isolate myself to the house. Okay? I don't isolate myself like, oh, the house, I got to stay in the house. Fuck everybody else. No, I just prefer the peace. And if family members and loved ones need me to come over and help them move some stuff or help them, paint a little bit, cool, hit me up. I want an alliance. So then later on, if I need you to come help me move a refrigerator, chop up some deer, right? You'll help me out. That's fair. That's fair exchange, right? But these same types of people the faction that aligns with the more Tucker/Fuentes side, they're very distrustful of neocon institutions. Now, I contend that some of these guys are distrustful for these neocon institutions, not to dismantle them so we can have actual liberty. They just want to be a newer version of that neocon, minus a few things. This is why I say they all kind of are like bullshit. I'm sorry, I can agree with some more than others, but like we're not really having meaningful conversations if you're talking about you admire Hitler and Stalin. Like, I can't take you serious. I can take you as an entertainer. You're my entertainment. You're the help. If I watch any of your clips, it's to laugh because you said some kind of funny shit. But I can't take you serious politically if you're talking about uniting America around the concept of fascism and potentially communism. That's fucking stupid. Right? But they're still distrustful of the current neocon institutions because they can identify the money being spent, tax dollars being spent, money being printed up to finance wars that we shouldn't be a part of. But again, they're kind of like repackaging a Ron Paul conversation. Nobody generally is going to accuse Ron Paul of being bigoted. Maybe because Ron Paul isn't running around going, yeah, it's the niggers, it's the blacks, it's the Jews. Ron Paul eloquently has communicated for longer than damn near most of us have been alive. Hey, we are intervening in too many things that we don't need. We got our own infrastructure problems here. Okay? So then these same types will say they're being censored by the Zionist gatekeepers. Even that's a play. That's a play to act like, look, I'm being censored. The media has shifted. Everybody knows, most people in the chat tonight, y'all don't even watch the news. Like, how many of y'all go to your local news at 6 o'clock and get home and turn the news on? You don't. You don't. So the media attention has shifted to social media and independent platforms. That's why Elon bought X. Buying X is the equivalent of Rupert Murdoch owning the New York Times and whatever old media. Okay? So the attention has shifted. So these guys will say, we're silenced. We're silenced by the media. Social media is the media. They say that to pretend like they're the underdog. They have to do that because you can't be talking that bigoted shit and be identified as a big media conglomerate. Okay? They pretend. They pretend. Don't tell me you're censored by everybody. Maybe you were. But if you're going on platforms like Tucker Carlson and getting millions and millions of views and people are tapping into your live streams, shut the fuck up. You're not censored. See, some of y'all call censoring and cancel culture when people just choose to not talk to you. Now you're censored. I'm not censored from the Breakfast Club. They don't want to have me on. I haven't been censored. They haven't conspired to get my page taken down. No. If anything, it was because of when I did get kicked off of social media, it's because I said you should assault X, Y, and Z type of person. All right? I had a hand in that. It wasn't Charlemagne the God going like, let's get him censored. Okay? That's what we're talking about. So these guys are fucking clowns, right? But they make good points. Clowns can still make you laugh. Clowns can still make you think. Clown nonetheless. So when they say they're being censored by these Zionist gatekeepers and your views got more than the news in general on old media, come on, that's bullshit. And so the next faction is the pro-Israel neocons, this conservative so-called establishment, the Ben Shapiros, the Mark Levins, the GOP donor class, Miriam and them. The guys that gave Trump $250 million for his, you know what I mean? They believe Fuentes represents Nazi ideology and must be rejected. Garbage can, right, 2 times a day. Clock. Garbage can gets a steak. Clock, right, broke clock, right, twice a day. If you say, I admire Hitler, they said the same thing about Kanye. Kanye's on some Hitler shit. Kanye has a song called Heil Hitler, who's played y'all completely because he just last week was meat gobbling some rabbi over there too. I'm waiting for Kanye to touch a wall. Okay? But this is nothing new. They said the same thing about Minister Farrakhan. Oh, he represents the Nazis. And then some of that with the Fuentes situation and the Kanye, you said things that are in alignment with Hitler ideology. So, duh, they saying what you said. Okay? This faction here argues that this is about protecting conservatism from extremists. And it's not. It's not. They're saying that. It's not about protecting conservatism from extremists. It's about you losing control of the narrative to the extremists. You are an extremist. Anyone that is not actively trying to limit the government, anyone that is actively trying to get more money to spend, come on, that is extreme. You want not limited, fiscally conservative budget. That is the balanced, nuanced, conservative approach. You want just to spend more money on the things that you want them to be spent on, just not social programs like the left. So they argue that this is about protecting conservatism from extremists. The entire time they've been sitting behind the microphones, they've conserved not a fucking thing. They've advocated for more militarization of the police force, especially in communities that they deem undesirable. They've advocated FUDs in the GOP, have advocated for gun control, which is the antithesis of the Second Amendment. This is not conservatism. No, you're arguing that this is about protecting conservatism. No, it's the reality is you're arguing that you should be the gatekeeper in control of what you want people to believe conservatism is. It's like the people that got two stickers on the back of their truck. Thin blue line, don't tread on me. Those cancel each other out, you stupid motherfucker. But you think you the patriot. The patriots were like, fuck the police, the redcoats, the tax collectors. Meat gobbler. But you're arguing against other Americans instead of organizing those Americans against the limited government. You don't want the system to be in the hands and the power of the people. You want to be an elite, so-called. They want stronger boundaries around acceptable discourse. What's acceptable to them is when we disrespect black people. What's acceptable to them is when we disrespect immigrants. What's acceptable to them is certain types of immigrants. Okay? Oh, if they're coming from Poland, yeah. Never mind that some of the fucking hardest working Americans that entered into America lawfully or not are from fucking South America, Africa, Haiti, Jamaica. Come on. The running theme has been about Jamaicans. Man, them Jamaicans be having 14 jobs. They work all the time. All they do is work, cook some fucking ackee and saltfish, and smoke their weed. That was been a running theme about Jamaicans. So certain types of immigrants into America they cool with. Like right now, some of them are. Trump is advocating for more Indian and Chinese visas. After you just said America first. The fuck are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about? The contradictions are clear, but neither one of them want to have full conversations because both of them would expose the other side, thus their own contradictions by having serious conversations. That's where I show up. You're both just horrible. That's like when I would be critical of fucking Biden, some Republican would show up and be like, yeah, well, and I'm like, yo, your man on some bullshit too with this bump stock ban. The standard is the standard. I don't give a fuck about either faction in this side because neither are the true and living thing. None of them are conservative. Y'all want stronger boundaries around acceptable discourse. This is not about one interview, though. I want to be very clear with y'all. This is about who gets to be the mainstream face of the right moving forward. That is politics in a nutshell. The securing, maintenance, and expansion of your own interests. Okay? Politics happens internecine. There are internecine rivalries between warring factions, all a part of the same tribe. What the fuck are you talking about? That is in the street. That's called set tripping. I'm tripping on my set. They are all fucking Crips. But we got issues with the fucking Hoovers or the Rolling 60s. They all rock blue. But we sat tripping. We got issues. This is the same thing. This ain't about what's going to be great for the city of Compton. This is about, man, there's so many rumors around. Y'all know Big U, son. Big U has been federally indicted. Big U came home. He's been federally indicted. Big U's son has been killed. There's conversations that Big U may have had something to do with the death of Nipsey Hussle. The politics is only on one so-called side against the other side. And this is where it becomes layered and it becomes bullshit. And people tap out of politics because it seems like it's just infighting. No, the motherfuckers with the microphones that are not focused on doing what's best for Compton, doing what's best for America, doing what's best for, they figure out a way. So they fight in between factions in the same camp. Then they go fight against the red against the blue. And they never think about what's good for America. Because they can't let their bigotry alone for fucking long enough. This is not a fucking one interview conversation. They are fighting to see who's going to be the mainstream voice. That's all. And none of them are worthy. I've never seen none of these dudes even lift no weights. I never seen them shoot no guns for real. I never seen Nick Fuentes go outside of the house, you fucking dweeb. They not in shape. They don't have a skill. They are dorks. They're not leaders. They're not generals. They don't shoot. I'll punch you in your fucking face and you'll fold. You got no fight to you. Why would I want you to be our leader? You can't fight. You don't lift. You believe in Hitler and Stalin. You believe in fucking AIPAC. You believe that it's cool if we just disrespect all types of Americans, hardworking Americans. Why the fuck should you be the leader? You are not fucking qualified. You've done no service. You've done nothing for the American people. What the fuck do you think you fucking get a say? A leadership role. Because you could talk good? You talk good. Everybody got a plan till they get punched in the fucking mouth. You never been punched in the fucking mouth. I should punch you in the mouth and make you fold right in front of everybody. See? This is what leadership looks like. I don't punch you in the mouth. I just go, your ideas are fucking null and void. And we keep building more people, more solutionaries like y'all that see through the bullshit. Y'all see through it. And I'm tired of everybody with the big following. I don't give a fuck about your following. If you highlight Nick Fuentes without the disclaimer, you're fucking wrong. You're wrong. If you're saying Nick Fuentes is wrong and everything he's saying is absolutely wrong, Israel, the government, isn't doing anything wrong, you're wrong too. Both of you in the factions with the microphones are retarded. And as an aside, if you can't articulate what's wrong with each community without throwing or saying that minority group, the smaller amount of the bad people in each community of Americans, if you can't articulate that without grouping all of that group as the dominant when it's really the minority, then you aren't qualified to fucking lead or speak for the people either. I'm not going to pretend like it's not bad apples in the black community, but I'm also not going to give them a lane. I'm also not going to act like they don't exist, and I'm definitely not going to be like, that's what most black Americans are like. I'm not going to let you come in here and go, see them meth head fucking whites? That's what most whites are like. No, I'm not going to do that because I know salt of the fucking earth white people. Fuck you. We need all of us against the fucking state. Palantir and AIs, we're looking at fucking Skynet. How many Terminator movies do they have to make for you motherfuckers to get it? It's Skynet. We need everybody. Imagine John Connor going, is he white? Get the fuck, come on, come on. You're not qualified to lead. You've been through no fire. I love that shit about the military where the motherfuckers is like, is he dark green or is he light green? The fucking Marines, hoorah type shit. We have to recreate that as solutionaries. If you ain't solutionary, you fucking wrong. And both of these meat gobbling factions are wrong. Fighting for more control to make sure that the money gets spent and they get their kickbacks and they get their sides while disrespecting all other types of fucking Americans. That's what this is. Both sides frame this shit as principles. It's really just about who gonna control the narrative, who get to speak, who get platform, who decides what's off limits. They all say it about the other side, but they're both. They motherfuckers shouldn't have. Podcasts and social media is the best. That shit like Diddy. Diddy was the best thing and the worst thing for hip hop at the same fucking time. He spread it into different places, but god damn, he watered that shit down. And I ain't getting into his legal issues. Okay? Podcasts and social media, the same shit. Everybody get to say something. And I don't want to censor you, but I'm telling you, you're not qualified to fucking speak. You haven't served enough. But you talk good. Till I punch you in the face. Then what you gonna do? I'll hit you. I will 100% hit you. And it's just to see what you do. Just to see what you do. Let's see what you do. Let's see if you got some pressure. What happened? I'm a diamond. If you're not, I'm gonna fold you. Because what the fuck you think our enemies gonna do? Our enemies ain't gonna just be like, oh, well, he said nice words. Get the fuck out of here, bro. The populist accuse the establishment of censorship, and the establishment accuses the populist of normalizing extremism. Say it again. The populists accuse the establishment of censorship while they're on the biggest platforms in the world. Okay? Joe Rogan is a fucking YouTuber. It's the biggest podcast in the world. It's not mainstream. So if you make it to any platform that's anywhere in that realm, you are not being censored. You're being a victim mentality motherfucker talking about you censored. I talk to y'all Monday through Friday. 200-300 of y'all tap in every night. I don't care that the Breakfast Club choose not to talk to me. I don't care. All this means is as I continue to build our own thing, I come back as a fucking conqueror. That's all. And I get to, if you were smart, you would make friends with me, so maybe he won't go as hard on me. Because I don't try and expose my friends. A lot of times. That's a part of politics, right? It's like what Dave Chappelle said about fucking Jussie Smollett. Black people clearly knew this motherfucker was lying. We were supporting him with our silence. Because you wasn't in fucking Chicago at 1 degree weather talking about this is MAGA country. Fuck out of here. So we turned the other way. So instead of these companies doing that, that's what they should do. They think because I got knocked off of social media a couple of times, it's over for me. I can feel that. Till I pop out. I haven't shaved. I'm Rocky in the fucking Russian snow. That's who I am. I'm Rocky with the fucking shearling on. Getting ready to punch Drago in the fucking mouth and knock him the fuck out. They think I'm done. My girl, you can't win. I'm not going to Russia. I'm not training at 3:30 in the fucking snow. Fuck you, Rocky. You can't win. You know what I mean? Then I gotta go get in the snow and fucking run up a mountain. Come shredded in the summertime, pull my fucking sweatshirt off, abs of steel, calves like fat white dudes that never seen a gym before. That's what we got to get back on. Imagine telling him, then what happened? What did Rocky do after he beat the shit out of Drago? What did he do? He said to the people, not the government of Russia, he said, look, we staring down a war in America, and there's somebody on both sides telling us that if I can change, and if y'all start fucking cheering for me, and I can cheer for y'all, and maybe we can have some peace. He unified the people. That's the American exceptionalism that we're supposed to be doing with other fucking Americans. I'm Rocky in the fucking snow. I'm Rocky in the fucking snow. Running up a mountain. Beating the shit out of the government. And the minions that the government put together. They put together these amalgamations of motherfuckers that put in front of you all of the steroids, all of the microphones, all of the false propaganda. Anybody that says they like Hitler and Stalin is a fucking commie. Is a fucking commie. That is what is it? The antithesis to the American ideal. So we got to train. We got to call all of the bullshit out. Fuck Drago. We can love the Russian people if they love us for our hardcore work ethic. We don't have to go to war. We don't have to go to war with other Americans. These people are being put there to make you go to war with each other. You are the right. The left has got their ass whipped. Now you're listening to these fucking dorks that never been in a fight, didn't run up the fucking art museum steps, didn't fight Mr. T. You've been through none of the fucking levels of the video game, but you just get to sit in front of a fucking microphone and say shit? And we're supposed to listen to you? What sweat, blood, and fucking tears? What losses and sacrifices have you made for the American people? Did you jog through the fucking Italian market? No, you didn't. You just got a fucking microphone. For you, I'm fucking Mr. T. Okay? You playing around. They want us to be fucking like fighting each other. The left just fucking lost. And they've convinced you that you should be championing people that believe in Hitler or believe in Israel government first. Pay attention. Pay attention. Don't be championing that stupid shit. That's dumb. That is collectivist mindset on both sides of the same faction. That is collectivism. The populists accuse the establishment of censorship. The establishment accused the populists of normalizing extremism. They're doing the same thing the left do. Oh, you're normalizing hate. You're literally Hitler. Okay? It's a battle of influence over millions of conservative voters in the post-Trump era. Trump's gone. He had his own brand. Trump has sold the people out to the corporate interests. That's it. That's it. I got tricked. I'll say it again. I've said it before. I posted it. I believed them. I believed this campaign. Whoever ran their campaign did a great job in 23 and 24. They did a great job. I was there in the front row at the Libertarian National Convention in motherfucking D.C. when that motherfucker asked libertarians for the help. And I said, all right, the collection of team that he put together, RFK Jr., Vivek Ramaswamy, even though I was very critical of him, Tulsi Gabbard, even though I was critical of her on some of her so-called pro-gun positions, was very critical. But I said, you know what? I like this Avengers group. And all of them have either went quiet, Bongino and fucking Cash Patel are fucking bust. And I know Dan Bongino. I've done this show. Fucking bust. So they tricked us. This is who's going to be the influence over millions of conservative voters in the post-Trump era, especially the young white ones. And they're feeding your young white ones Nick Fuentes. Horrible fucking role model. The line in the sand is just Israel. That's the key. The populists will say, stop prioritizing Israel over America. And they're right. The establishment says, criticism of Israel coming from Fuentes is rooted in anti-Semitism. And they're right. They are calling each side's contradictions. It's the Spider-Man meme. That's what it is. It's the Spider-Man meme. They're both right in calling each other's wrongs. They're both wrong and never speaking about their own wrongs. Okay? Shapiro and Levin say they defended the movement from hate. As long as the hate is not on my people, my love. Eric Adams was in Israel last week saying, I want the people of Israel to know that I've served you. That's a direct quote. What the fuck? Eric Adams, you're not Jewish, are you? I mean, in theory, we all Jewish. That's how some people believe it, right? Eric Adams dropped out of the race, goes over to Israel and says, I want you to know how I served you as the people of, and as the mayor of New York. Israel's the spark. The fuel is resentment, gatekeeping, and who controls the microphone. Media, most effective devil in America. Carlson is like the biggest right-wing media figure outside of Trump. Like on media side of things, right? Some could make an argument that it's Elon because he could reach so many people so fast. He doesn't have to put a show out. He can just put a tweet out, right? Fuentes is banned in most places, but got a hardcore like online army and growing popularity. I contend that a lot of that shit is bots. That's what I think. In real life, I've never met a young white kid that is like, hell yeah, Nick Fuentes, because they understand his discography. They see clips of the funny shit that he says. I don't think that most of the young white people are like, fuck the blacks. That's not been my experience. And maybe because I'm like a C, B, maybe on a good day, list celebrity, so-called. So maybe the white people, youngs that I come across, is like, oh shit, it's Maj Touré. Maybe they give me the like, oh, he's different. Maybe, who knows? But the young white dudes that I come across aren't just going like, yeah, fuck the blacks, fuck the Jews. No, they're questioning lobbyist groups. And that languaging is being hijacked. Okay? So that online army and popularity, I question its strength in existence. I do. Shapiro and Levin have huge donor networks, though, and institutional backing. So all sides got millions of loyal followers that can be converted into money and resources, or already is converted into money and resources. We are watching a standard fight for who's going to control the narrative for some time. All right? This is not a small fight. This is a civil war. And it's fracturing the right wing. Now, I am somewhat okay with that. Because both factions are, their leadership or so-called leadership is fucking clowns. They aren't trying. I don't think that the argument needs to be, let's unify around hatred for certain groups of Americans. I'm never going to say that. And I always intersect, because I think some people think that I'm going to be like, well, except for the whites, because the white, just because I happen to be black. No, I'm intellectually consistent. All right? And I don't think any type of leadership or GOP or Libertarian Party or independent, I don't think any of that shit should be couched in that. Or the main voices should be couched in that. When it was Candace Owens, I don't give a fuck who it is. If your messaging is not, the government is the fucking problem, let's limit the fucking government, let's max out on freedom, and let's do this whole constitution shit, let's limit government involvement. If that's not the message, I don't give a fuck who the messenger is. Whoever the messenger is that don't got that message is the fucking wrong messenger, because they don't got the right message. That's it. So I don't care if there's any factional breakout. You should leave the GOP. You should go to the fucking independents. You should go to the libertarians. Go to the fucking Green Party, Tea Party. Whoever has a message to you that resonates the most that says, limit the fucking government and protect the property rights and the dollar. That's it. That's it. What does your party stand for right now? What does it stand for? Does the party stand for criticizing Israel, or is that forbidden? Or even said a better way, does the party mean being critical of Israeli or any foreign government involvement and influence in American politics? Because if it stands for that, I could get on board with that. I've been to Ghana. I've been to Egypt. I've been to fucking Senegal. I like those countries. They all in Africa, since I'm the black dude, right? I like those nations. I don't want their fucking politicians having influence on my fucking public representatives. I don't care. I don't care what country it is. So if you can articulate it that way, then say it that fucking way. But it should not be, it's the Jews. That's too fucking, when we being intelligent, we got to be specific. When you all that vague bullshit, miss me with the vague bullshit. Vague is the calling card of low IQ motherfuckers. If it's worth saying, say it fully and robustly without bigotry. Oh, you can say it fully and robustly? Kinda, not really, but also I got to add the bigotry in it? Then fuck that. Then your party should fucking fail. I'm cool with it. I'm a fucking libertarian. I'm a states' rights dudes anyway. Okay? But what does America First stand for? What does MAGA stand for? Can you platform somebody controversial without endorsing their views? I could come off controversial. I could come off controversial, but you know what you can't? I won't come off as a bigot, because I'm not. Because I'm smart. And I pay attention to shit. And I believe in these ideals that humans should aspire to. And arguably one of the most powerful governing documents or founding documents in world history. I put the fucking Constitution and the Bill of Rights up there with the Magna Carta and the fucking 42 Principles of Ma'at. It's always the trifecta for me. I'm like, damn, the Magna Carta was on it. Damn, the 42 Principles of Ma'at, though. God damn, some of y'all don't even know what the fuck that is, but that's cool. Google it. All right? So if those platforms have someone controversial, there's nothing wrong with controversial. Controversial does not have to translate into bigot and divisive. That's the question you got to ask yourself. Does your party and does your movement have somebody, and it could be popular, it could be populist. The danger of populist movements is it's usually based on personality, not principle. That's the danger. So when the popular person deviates from the principles of the Constitution, limited government, conservative spending, then the people go, when that person goes, hey, our populist dude is not sticking to the principle, then his minions go, you're not down with us, you're standing in the way. No, we were supposed to be about principles, not popularity. The key is, can your popular person that can articulate these things well, can he or she make the principles be the guiding light and then get they flex off of how constitutional and public servant they are? That's the question you should be asking. And if you can't, then go fucking states' rights. Go local. You should be going local and state anyway. Should conservatives police the speech internally? I think that policing is a hard word. I think conservatives should be so in alignment with the American ideal, freedom and justice for all, that it almost can't be bigoted. Because we go, are they American? Or do they have human rights? Cool. Do they work hard? Again, principles. Your populist movement leader needs to maintain a solid attachment to principles. The principles are codified in the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, and that's supposed to be your North Star. That's your fucking compass. And then some people will say, well, no, the Constitution, I didn't accept that social contract. Great, you don't have to, because the Constitution is limitations on the government, not you. But y'all ain't take the civics class. You should have, though. You should have. In another life, I was probably a history teacher, freedom teacher, or freedom fighter. Maybe I was Nat Turner in my past life. Fucking, who knows? John Brown, maybe, who knows? Are the neocons losing influence? Yes, they are. These phones and the internet and social media made that happen. But it created another problem. Goofballs, bigotry, bots. It's easier to divide if it looks like a million people said this one thing and 750,000 of them are bots. They're not even real people. So they are losing influence. The question is being critical of the thing. Okay? That's the key. The right is, we watching the right redefine itself in real time. This feud is forcing influencers to pick a side. I'm telling you your side. Your side should be fuck both of these sides. Your side should be limiting the government and stop looking to a leader. Be a solutioner. The low IQ are picking leaders to lead them. You can like a person and like them in a leadership role, but as soon as they start deviating from the script and the principles, get them the fuck out of here. They're forcing you to pick a side. They're not forcing you to become more intelligent and more nuanced. They're not making you a solutionary. I'm telling you, I can't control your life. I'm telling you, we have a set of principles that will help you improve your life. And I'll be very critical and champion you when you run through those things properly. And if you don't, I go, bro, you didn't do the Solutionary 9. Bro, that's not limited government. Bro, that's not pro-Second Amendment. And if I become a leader because I'm metered in the steel and tempered through that, then cool. I just went through more processes and served more people, which qualifies one to be in a position of leadership for a term. But you know what usually happens? Those people go, I don't want to be a fucking leader. I can't tell you how to lead your fucking life. We already got a blueprint. Solutionary 9, Bill of Rights, Constitution. Okay? We're supposed to be the uncancelable free thinkers. You can only do that by having principles as your backdrop and you make that popular. So the general public is already in alignment with it. So we're not listening to goofball A or goofball B and saying who we want to listen to, because you'll start to be so sharp that you go, these are both goofballs. That way you can't be canceled. I didn't subscribe to any of these motherfuckers. I don't care if I already been, that's like almost like asking me like some girl that I slam dunked 10, 15 years ago. I don't care. Like if she wasn't nothing to me, right? And if she's mad at me, I don't care. I already slam dunked her. I don't care. I don't care. From Philly. What do you mean? What do you mean? So if I already did these shows and been on these platforms, I already been on every platform. They're not interested. I'm telling y'all, I've been on the main stage of the conservative thing, the biggest conservative meeting of all time, CPAC. Me, then President Trump, when he was the president first term. I did it. I talked about Frederick Douglass. Go Google it. It was me. Suit, look debonair. When I'm in my get dressed arc, you guys will understand again. All right? I did it. I'm telling y'all, that room is not, to the same extent that it should be, that room is not focused on limiting government and winning for Americans. They're interested in Mar-a-Lago seats and memberships. And that's fine. That's just not what I'm in the game for, as I suspect that most of you are not. We are free thinkers. We are uncancelable. We fight bad ideas with good ideas. See, your neocons aren't saying that. They're telling you should listen to a person that admires Hitler and Stalin. They're telling you should listen to someone and pick. These are your choices. They doing to y'all what they used to tell young black people in high school or in the culture is basketball, rap, or crack. They're telling you that's the only thing. Not you could have a lawn care business. Not you could start a tech company. Not anything STEM related. Not you could be a plumber. They're not telling you all of these other things. They're not telling you can have a vending machine business. I got a Bitcoin ATM machine. They're not telling you none of these things. They're saying basketball, rap, crack. Those are your three. Go. Pick from the three. They telling y'all the same shit. They saying pick this side or this side. Not telling you that they're both horrible and they're very low on the end of so-called conservatism. It's not America first. It's get with my ideology first within the right side of the camp because I don't believe in social programs. That's all they are. They don't say that shit no more, though. They don't say free thinkers. Y'all ain't heard that since Trump's first term. See, it's easy to claim that you support certain things like free speech when it's not tested. And I believe that Nick Fuentes should be able to say whatever he wants. I believe that Shapiro should be able to say, and Levin should be able to say whatever they want when they want. So I can go, that shit is stupid. That's dumb. And here's the counterpoint. Here's the better idea to that stupid shit that you just said. If you say, I like Hitler and Stalin, fuck the racial component. You like a commie. You're stupid. That's it. That's it. You're a dumb motherfucker. You dumb. Thank you for your time. Get him the fuck out of here. It's like Drewski. Could have been records. You came in, I heard you start your first half a bar. Get him the fuck out of here. His first, out of his 16, his first bars was, yo, I rock with Hitler. Get him the fuck out of here. He's a moron. Get him the fuck out of here. That's what's supposed to happen. So I love the free speech. And I love the consequences of you saying some stupid shit like that. And I go, you're not fit to fucking hold my jockstrap. I don't fuck with him. But he should be able to say whatever you want to say. So he can come from behind cover and concealment. I want you to come all the way out from behind cover and concealment so I can stitch you the fuck up. And I also do not think that I want to have a conversation with people like that. You can freely associate. You can freely associate and I can freely disassociate. The Breakfast Club does not owe me a conversation. They only owe me non-aggression. Everybody owes me non-aggression. Don't aggress upon me. You owe me that. The whole world owe me that. Don't aggress upon me, my body, my property. That's all everybody owes. They don't owe me a platform. And so when someone gives, if they gave me a platform, they're like, yeah, let's see what he got to say. That's a hookup. When you hooking up people that's identifying with Hitler and fucking Stalin, you're a part of the clown show too. Especially you don't give them no pushback during the clown show for the clicks, because you don't want to get that young following mad. You want to kind of like stretch your career out more, so you get some of them youngers that are like, yeah, he's cool. He's cool. These people will flip on you like IHOP, though. Tucker say the wrong shit. Fuentes gonna say the opposite. Come on. That's the same game that y'all was doing as the liberals do. Yo, just say the right thing. Go along with the woke culture. Do the DEI shit till it blows up in your face. It's the same thing. Amanda Seales sat down with Shannon Sharp. He was very respectful. As soon as she got her, I feel like it was not a safe space. These people are fucking retarded. And you kowtowing to him, not telling the truth, which means you either believe the bullshit that he's shoveling, or you being quiet about the bullshit that he's shoveling for the potential for a little bit of a clickbait or some little energy from his thing for the ratings, for the clout. That doesn't help America. And I got to call bullshit. It don't help America. It don't. And again, these are recycled talking points about the Jews. Y'all still have yet to sit down with Minister Farrakhan. He said all of this shit in the 90s. Get off my dick, period. Ain't nothing y'all saying that's new and fly to me. I'm 79 years old. I'm old as shit. I just look good because I drink a lot of water. Okay? Take my vitamins. I'm in a solutionary now. Okay? That's it. This ain't complicated, guys. Illyrian Block says, DJ Envy, I can make that call. Do it and tell me what you see. Tell Envy I want to sit down with the Breakfast Club. All love, all peace. Talk about arming black people and the rise of the fascist movement. Pitch it to him that way. Envy shoots at a friend of mine's range in New Jersey. It's called the Gundry Club. Anthony Calandro, who's a member on the board of the NRA. Okay? DJ Envy shoots there. Somebody said, I know Dave is your boy, and I like him too, but he gave Nick almost zero pushback. I'm talking about Dave too. What you thought? I am intellectually consistent. The smoke is for whoever ventilation system could breathe it in. I'm not mincing words. I think that same rule applies. Everybody keying with a racist. It's cool to offset the black people to them. That's what it looked like. It may not be their thought, but that's how it come off. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. You can't hit. Now, I get it. Oh, he's popular and the young people are following him. Yeah, because y'all failed to communicate civics properly. Why do I have a civics class? Because of that reason. Service to the young people, more specifically, but not limited to. I don't fuck with Nick Fuentes. I'm not trying to stop anybody from having a conversation with Nick Fuentes. It helps me see who's who and where they think. They get freedom of association and individualism. Problem is, people like Shapiro don't have no problem in previous times platforming people that had anti-black shit to say. The whole Daily Wire crew they made a fucking dream team of fuck the blacks over there. Black Americans. They highlighted the worst of the black community and made it look like they spoke for or were the representatives of most of the black community. That was damn near the standard. That's still one of the swiftest ways to come up in the conservative space, in the neocon space. Attack black people. Say fucked up shit about black people. Just say fucked up shit. It's cool. It's cool. But as soon as somebody show up and say something about the Jewish community, and I love it. I love that the Jewish community shut that shit down. Shit. I love that level of organization. I'm not going to pretend like I'm jealous. I can shut the gays, shut your shit down. That's politics. Right? Let's not pretend like that's not what happened. That's what happens. I don't agree with it, but that's what happens. Go ahead. Me personally, I want to shoot the deer that comes from behind concealment and cover. That's the only reason. It's not the most positive reason. Oh, just have a civil discourse. No, I want to watch. Let me tell y'all something that I do. All right. This is what I do sometimes. When somebody says something stupid, y'all know I love blocking people on social media, right? I love it. I love it. It's the best. It is the best shit in the world. Sometimes after a long day, I just get on Instagram or social media in general, and I find people that say dumb shit in my mentions, and I just love to throw y'all a block party. Don't let it be in the same thread. I call that a blockchain. Let's get them on the blockchain. I love it. So sometimes I like people to say dumb shit, and then I wait sometimes. I wait for people that like the comment, that say the dumb shit. The dumb shit happen, right? Then when somebody say something dumb, the people that like it or even comment in agreement with it, light up a cigar. I have some tea, put a little honey, lemon in it. I sit and I just start blocking everybody. It relaxes me. It relaxes me. I love it. But I couldn't be able to participate in such a joyous and momentous thing for me after a long, hard day of serving the people. I couldn't do that if y'all didn't say what y'all stupid ass minds actually believe. I love it. Oh, I love it. I hope some of y'all say something stupid tonight in the thread. I'm gonna get ready for tomorrow because y'all know I wake up at 3:30 every morning, right? I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna wind down to blocking some of y'all. I'm gonna put some Nick Hustles on, right? And I'm gonna block some of the stupid people. So I need them to identify who they are, right? But I just don't fuck with it. They've done the clownery, and the clownery has come back to them. Ben Shapiro has to own that. In a little bit, the same thing gonna happen to Nick Fuentes. This is what it is. This is what happened. But that's our fault. And this is what we do. Don't get caught up in personality and worship. Like a person, like that they're funny, like that they whatever, and then be like, all right, I'm off that. What's the policy? Right? Understand that media figures are fighting for power, not for you. They are media personalities. They don't present any legislation. They can opine on legislation and or advocate for the repealing of legislation, for sure. But they don't create, nor do they sponsor, nor do they push or lobby legislation or the repealing of legislation. They are media personalities. They're fighting for power in the media space. They are not fighting for you. You should be focusing on principles, freedom, and liberty instead of rhetoric that divides America. This is not complicated. The right is going through a generational shift. You, and I'm assuming most of you watching, are on the right, whether you're independent, libertarian, conservative, Republican, whatever, right? Undecided. You're a little bit more right of center politically, okay? You're watching a generational shift happen. This is happening at the same time that the US dollar and fiat currencies globally are fucking going through it. Bitcoin is becoming a fucking juggernaut, right? We're seeing all of this happen in real time. This is a great opportunity. Just like you could place a little bit more money in Bitcoin, talk about whatever cryptos you want to. I'm talking about Bitcoin, right? Just like you can position yourself properly now, you can position yourself properly in this conversation about what America wants to look like or what you would like Americans to look like. Do you want to be in America that will highlight an other and then just go to isolate them with no nuance? I don't. I want to highlight my other is the lazy, violent criminals that would not work hard and work together and work on themselves and help and be a benefit to society. That's the other for me. And that comes in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Okay? You get to pick the America that you want to be a part of. And a part of your choice is what you highlight and what you digest and consume. What are you watching? Who are you highlighting? Critical time. And you get a choice to do that. 2026 midterms are going to be impacted by this. Conservative so-called institutions, because those are crumbling too. If the United States dollar is falling, best believe some of these institutions are too. Future influences and election messaging. All of this will be impacted by how loud we as solutionary speak or don't. Speak out or for or against particular things. Somebody earlier said Dave platformed Fuentes, and I said, yeah, that message applies to Dave too. That's the America, that's my standard. And understand that me having a standard is never a diss to anybody else. It's my standard. If you fall short of my standard, you just fell short of the standard. I thought that people that were liberty-based would be, oh, what that Hitler shit. I don't know about that. Me personally. But I see it all over the place, so I'm not surprised. My point in saying this is there has to be an intellectual consistency that's a part of the standard, and everybody should rise to that standard because we can shape America in a direction that America actually, she truly can be. What's written down on paper, that Bill of Rights, that Constitution, man, these ideals, the good ones, these ideals, we can all have a hand in putting America in that direction. So I just want you guys to think about that and stop getting played by the media and the politicians. Understand this system. Understand these narratives. Understand the fight going on in the internecine rivalries, and understand that it may not be for your benefit. It's for theirs. That's what they fight for. That's the definition of politics. Fighting to secure, maintain, and expand on your interests. And that's what they're doing. Know these key players. Enroll in a civics class. And get the clarity that most Americans never will. You guys can sign up for all of our online modules. You can do that in a few ways. One, you can be a donor to support our work. Y'all see that link right there? This right here, Fighting to Save the Solutionary Center. And see this right here? That guy right there, this is me. You see me with the white hat on? That's me. And this is our work at the Solutionary Center. You guys can support that. Be a donor at the $100 level. You get access to all of that transformative information. Understanding imminent threat, firearms, the civics class. Tonight was a conversation around civics, whether we knew it or not. So every donor at the $100 level, you're going to get grandfathered into Solutionary University. Or you can just go over to solutionaryuniversity.org and check it out. See what's there. Empower yourself. I recommend that everybody enroll. Instead of just taking one class, just get a $99 thing and get access to all of the video modules. Okay? The price for Solutionary University will be going up January the 1st. It's $99 one time now. Cheap. It's multiple classes, multiple curriculums, and a whole shitload of stuff that you get for a one-time fee. In January, it will be $999. Just letting y'all know. You don't have to. You don't have to do it now. You want to take one class? That's fine. Do whatever you want. My job is to communicate with you what the goal is and what the agenda is. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. Donate $99 or more. Whatever you donate, $20 or more. I'm going to make sure that you get access to one class, $20 or more. But if you want access to everything and donating for some women to take some of these online courses, do it at the $100 level and get access to all of the video modules. Thank you all for tapping in. Really enjoyed y'all tonight. Apologize for the audio-visual issue, but I think we had a good conversation. And guys, support the work. Thanks again, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow at the same time, same place, youtube.com/Maj Toure. Make sure you subscribe. x.com/Maj Toure999. Make sure you follow. Hit me with a DM, hit me with an email, hit me with whatever, Maj Toure at solutionaryuniversity.org, and donate to support the work. GiveSendGo.com/Solutionary. See you guys tomorrow, same time, same channel. Be safe, be solution.